Following the penalty, Lynch. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
Has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Hey, here we go.
Hey, boys, go forward. 4 down.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he finds Cook. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jared Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Get set.
Carr. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Watch 9. Watch 9.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They run it again with Kamara. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Watch right. Watch right. Watch right.
Ready. 95, 56, 95, 56.
They toss to Ingram, and he's got some space here. There goes Mark Ingram, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, 51 yards, and the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks around the 37. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Move. Down. 180.
We got 4.
They go play action here on first down. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Tight right.
Down.
4 down, 4 down.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook, and he is leveled. Knocked down hard. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Tight end left. 4 down, 4 down.
Now Carr. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Double tight.
Down. Blue 80.
Back to throw. Carr. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Carr now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Alex Anzalone from his outside linebacker spot. He gets him down here for a loss of 4. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Down. Blue 80.
Down to the 25. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Strong right.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Watch the run.
Ready. 5-8.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. First throw of overtime for Carr. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
heaven is the place for love. Ooh, heaven is the place for love. All right, so tonight we have to get to bed earlier because you got a doctor's appointment in the morning. All right, we have to leave here like 8:30 so we can take the city streets because we don't want to go on the freeway. I mean, if there's a storm, we don't know if it might be a road closed or something, so we have to leave early. Okay, so it won't be too late. And then your friend will be your jamming partner.
Ah.
You like him, huh? See, Aaron never did that with you. Never jammed with you. He did videos, but he never jammed with you. Good, huh? Q, 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 Q. It won't work. It just works. When you're there, don't work.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Rodgers' Packers.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Get set.
Hey.
Blue 80.
Got three down.
A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
You're not going
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On second down, Lynch. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
180.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is Cook with the grab. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And look at this, they're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's Rodgers to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And Ty Montgomery has it complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
All day, baby. Good stuff.
319. 319.
Number 53.
On first down, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
319.
On second down, here's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it's got to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Let's go. Let's go.
319.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Cut.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he won't get to the marker as they're going to stop it for a second straight play right at the line of scrimmage.
4th down, ball's at the 1-yard line. Do you go for it, or do you go ahead and kick a field goal? I think because you're going to end up giving a long field, even if you don't score, I put my trust in my defense. I go for it and try and get the points.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Ty Montgomery taking it in from a yard out. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get... Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down.
Get down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. For the Green Bay Packers, they're coming off a 7-9 season as their offense makes their way back onto the field. But with that 7-9 season, Charles, I saw their string of 8 straight playoff appearances come to an end. It's just weird not to have Green Bay in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, you kept searching for them, didn't you? You kept looking down the list. When does Green Bay play in the playoffs? Because you're so used to it. But with the injury to Aaron Rodgers that knocked him out for so long, the offense really struggled, finished 26th in the league in total offense. In a lot of ways, remarkable they finished 7-9.
Yeah, and Brett Hundley came in, tried to do his thing. I don't think it was much of an indictment on the play of Hundley, as it made me appreciate Aaron Rodgers more.
I think we all did, and I do believe that the head coach, Mike McCarthy, was trying to fashion offense and also take care of Brett Hundley in the beginning, and that made things easier for opposing defenses.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Raider D, they get...
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Deshaun Watson's Texans going up against Carr's Raiders.
All right, Larry, after an off-season of questions, football is back here in the East Bay and Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Tight end right.
Carr now on first down. Connects it to Roberts, right side. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Seth Roberts, 68 yards, and the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted, was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Boy, so they don't get the conversion, but they're going to go right into the onside kick formation. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes it can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
On first down, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they...
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Dak Prescott's Cowboys going up against Carr's Raiders.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Dallas Cowboys. A clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Double tight, double tight.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Down. We're waiting.
Four down.
On second down, here's Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right,
Get down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Tight is Ringo. Tight is on the Ringo. Tight is on the
Down.
Ringo.
We're waiting.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook.
Hot.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jared Cook, 55 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
If we had $1 for every time we heard a team talk about explosive plays and how valuable they are, we probably wouldn't have to work very much. And we just saw a big one there. And then they tried to go explosive again, going for two.
Yeah, is that a little too risky, you think? Just kick the extra point?
You know, I'm all about getting points, and if I feel good about my kicker, I go ahead and do that. But with that ball at the 2-yard line, going for two, I think it's awfully tempting for teams nowadays.
Oh, it's loose, and the Raiders have it. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders.
Strong right. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
4 down.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Set. Blue 30. Mike 50. Mike 50.
Now watch run.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Navarro Bowman able to drop him for a loss of a couple. So the sack on 1st down there by the defense, and now it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his...
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Raiders have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Carr. And right away, he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's the Raider punter Marquette King to kick it away. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Get down.
They're going to try and throw. He finds Roberts, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. The Raiders on the move, a couple of big plays in succession. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Down.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Now, Carr again. Caught. left side to Crabtree. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Garden, Charles. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Watch left, watch left. Watch the out, watch the out.
Get down.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's Marquette King now to kick it for Oakland. King now throwing on fourth down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. A screen to Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Bell is so good at that. He just catches so many passes near the line of scrimmage. In fact, the unique stat line for him last year, he had more yards after the catch than total receiving yards from the line of scrimmage on the season.
That doesn't even sound real, but when you analyze his game, you understand why a stat like that can occur. His ability to catch the ball, be elusive, and also strong enough to break tackles, that allows him to gain all that extra yardage.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
Watch tight end. Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down.
Like 5.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A Steeler first down, Roethlisberger to Bryant. Now a first down carry by Bell. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
4 down. Alert. Watch 84. Watch 84.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
I'm here all day.